Okay, we are live.
All right, we're on.
We are on.
All righty, well, we're on. I am, as you all know by now, the time traveler. I come to you from the 19th century. I like it there. I'm going to stay there.
It's
To my
warm.
what?
It's warm and cozy there.
It's warm and yeah, it's warm and cozy there, and I understand it. And of course, to my right is Don Panchito Villa.
Your common sensei.
Yes, and you know it's odd. We come from different backgrounds. I grew up in the very rural area of the country, no electricity, 19th century house. Frank comes from a more modern, what are you, East LA, right?
I was born in East LA, Queen of Angels Hospital, then eventually moved to Uptown, East LA, which was Monterey Park, the poor part of Monterey Park,
Yeah.
the affordable for my dad.
So we
You know how
have
much he bought a house for?
15,000.
My dad couldn't afford a house. My dad bought the house for $9,000.
Well, you know, you can go into where you live or something.
It's worth 1.2 million.
You go down to Roseville and buy one for 15,000, even in my times. Anyway, so we have people looking at us, and it just annoys
smile.
me. Okay, is that done?
Yep.
All right. Thank God we got that over with. Anyway,
You have an audience.
yeah, we have an audience. It's distracting. Anyway, whereas he and I come from different backgrounds entirely, but the thing about it is we seem to dial in on about the same wavelength somehow or another every week. And I don't know for
Scares me.
sure where you're going to go, but I want to know where I was going to go, and I was going to go there anyway. We, as humanity, has lost. We should have had this camera looking the other way so I don't look at these people going by. Too late now.
Hey, just look at them as a live audience.
I don't need
We're
a live
recording here
audience.
at my studio in Lincoln Way in Auburn, and we have windows and we have people staring at the time traveler. I'm surprised he's taken off guard because he likes being noticed. Come on, go.
Okay, well, at any rate, over the years I've noticed, and I go back to 19th century, I've noticed over the years that we have lost, we got all this great technology going for us. We got technology up to yin yang, but we've lost control of it. We no longer control our own technology. And I'm going to use an analogy that I've used probably on this podcast, somewhere else, I don't know. This little self, here's the problem. We basically, humans, are the same as we've been for thousands of years. We have the same wants, needs, and desires. But we are a bizarre collection of Neanderthal emotions, middle-aged superstitions, and God-like technology.
That's so.
That's where we are.
Scary concoction.
We are in the godlike technology, and we're still monkeys. It's just basically, if you take
Oh,
a
speak
look,
for yourself.
I'm sorry, was I talking while you were interrupting
Well,
again?
you kind of insulted me and other people. You said we're all monkeys. I said speak for yourself.
Well, pretty much we are. So anyway, if you take this technology, let's say the technology, and a little flip phone, nobody has one anymore, but I still have one. If you took this little flip phone and walked over to the zoo and threw it into the ape cage, the ape's going to sit there from his cage, he's going to pick it up, and he's going to smell it, and he's going to get bored with it, and he's going to throw it on the floor. Then he's going to sit on it. Now that's fine. He's not smart enough to use this, like we're not smart enough to use the technology. He's not smart enough to use it, but now he's sitting on it. Get it out from underneath his butt, will you? You're not going to do it. We have lost technology. You're understanding the analogy.
Yeah, but I think you're right.
Yes, I am
get-
right. If I was wrong, I would know it.
Well, I don't think so. Because
I would.
We are delusional. There's some people who know how to use it, and they're going to use it for their.
They
their
have
purposes.
even lost control of that. Even the
They
ones that know how to use
are
it have
the
lost control of it.
They are the hunchback evildoers.
Well, but they still don't know how to use it either because they've lost control of it too. This AI thing,
But they have programmed that AI to do these.
and
nefarious
that's the
things.
point that I'm trying to make. Once they've programmed it, then this thing gets so damn smart, they lose control of it.
You're
And
right.
pretty soon nobody has any control of it. Who controls it?
I-
AI. That's who controls it.
I
Did you
agree.
watch the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey? Huh? I ask you.
Yes, I did.
Well, then you know what I'm talking about.
You know, bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Well, no, you're right.
I am right.
And what precipitated this podcast is somebody recommended, if you really want to know what the people behind AI and those who are really pushing this technology, what it's all about, you have to read the book by the Dark Lord, Henry Kissinger, God rest his soul, who passed away. and the former CEO of Google, who was also, they were also the forefront of AI, Eric Schmidt. They wrote a book together a couple years ago, so it's not that old. One of the key, I'm about a fourth of the way into it, and my mind's being blown because they're telling you what's coming down the pike. And what they're essentially saying is you shouldn't be totally scared of AI. I mean, there might be some problems, but we're the ones who are going to program it. And we're going to program it so it really doesn't hurt anybody. And I just nay, because it has a certain input and they desire a certain output. So who's ever inputting their ideas, their biases into that algorithm, into the artificial intelligence, they want a certain output. Are you tracking so far?
Oh, I'm tracking.
And so here's one of the takeaways from that book about AI. Henry Kissinger and Eric Schmidt. They said there was a time when chess players dominated, but then somebody came up with the bright idea. I'm trying to make it very complex, very simple. And this is the way I'm going to do it.
For the apes out there?
For those with eyes to see and ears to hear. You had a technology where they inputted all the games of the master chess players, mostly Russians and some Americans. So they knew all the moves. Remember in the Sunday paper, you'd open the paper and there's kind of a diagram of all these chess moves? Well, there's like thousands of these, hundreds of thousands. And so all this stuff was put into the computer, and eventually the computer beat chess champions because it knew all the moves. But then they programmed it to become even more intelligent. So it was doing something that even shocked the chess world. And this is the big takeaway. And this is the part where it becomes dangerous for humanity. The computer, the AI, the artificial intelligence, in that chess platform started sacrificing the queen and other notable chess pieces faster and quicker than even the chess masters did, because all it cared about was winning. So to put it in practical terms, the computer became a psychopath.
It doesn't care who it kills, just as long as it gets where it wants to be.
Exactly. Okay? Think about the AI that was used for the lockdowns, folks. Try to make this very understandable. You had a guy who was a germ scientist over in London, inputted all the COVID variants in the analyses for this country, that country. What came out? We're going to have 3.5 million or 5 million deaths because of this COVID.
Do we care? No, we don't. They didn't.
They cared, and they said, what we're going to do now is we're going to do with China, because China uses the AI as well, and that technology said, lock them down. And they locked them down. They could care less about your social well-being, your health, your socializing, whether you had a mother or a parent in a care home. It was all the algorithm of stop the spread. And all this was computer generated, because the computers don't lie, it's just doing the math. So what happens is we've created this technology that is a psychopath, because it has no regard for your feelings, no regard for your humanness. And they're now saying they're using these AI technologies in hospitals. You know, old man here goes in to get an operation, the AI might say he's too old for that. Statistically, he might have maybe 1 or 2 good years. So why should we spend all this money on giving him a new heart, giving him a new lung, or whatever?
I'm already being told that. I'm too old to get checked for certain things.
And they've computed all this thing out, because he's useless to the system. He's what's called kind of you know, if you go to the market and you've got a carton of milk and they have an expiration date. This man right here is very close to his expiration date, as am I. And so the AI is going to go.
That's hurtful.
I know, but it's going to be that cold and callous in its determination. of our expiration
So they're
dates.
putting us on ice floes somewhere out in the middle of the ocean.
Might as well go the Eskimo way, put you on an ice floe and just
Bye, Ma.
push you out.
It's been special.
So this whole I'm gonna finish this book. I'll give you a report on it. It doesn't even matter what the name of the book is. All you know is they're even using it on the battlefield now. These AI will determine where we're going to bomb, what we're not going to bomb. It's going to say, well, we can afford to lose 50,000 here if we're going to save all of humanity. How would you like your family being part of that 50,000?
That's what's coming, folks.
But it's going to be that cold and calculated. And it all started when you program that computer to play chess, because we have created a psychopath. And that's what's happening. That's what's coming down the line. It's totalitarian, and those people are going to control it. You think they care about your freedom of speech? You think they care about your comings and going? You think they care about God, the Bible, nation states? No. All they care about is their theology. And what's part of their theology? They've been saying it for years. There's too many people. There's too many people on the planet. We need to kill them. We need to have you eating bugs and living in a 10 by 10 foot cubicle. And you're supposed to have like a 15-minute city, so you can't move beyond the city. Because why? It's because you're going to be using up too many of the resources, use up the gas. So keep you within a 15-minute limit so that's where you go. And they want you to perpetually have your phone with you, if not some other type of tracker, because they need to know your comings and goings. And the World Economic Forum, they've already run the little simulations. They're already telling you people. They're saying there's going to be a major hack of the banking industry. So they're going, well, we better now have an identifier. You have this totally corrupt Nikki Haley out there saying everybody has to have an ID for the internet because we cannot be anonymous anymore. Thank you, Nikki Haley. She's totally bankrolled by all these major globalists, billionaires. You have those people who want control, and they're going to go, we have to have this control, so we're going to have now the central bank digital currency. That way we know who's spending the money, because these people might be terrorists. It could be mom and pop are going over to the school board meetings.
Oh my God,
So
those
now,
people.
Now there's a terrorist. And that's the other thing. You hear these people talking about democracy. MAGA is dangerous for democracy. I'll tell you what's dangerous for democracy are all these unelected officials and agencies clamping down on your freedoms. They love that form of democracy because it's a one-sided, one-party democracy, which isn't a democracy, it's a totalitarian state. And so more and more control is taken away from the people. You can't appeal to your governor, you can't appeal to your representative, you can't appeal to your mayor, you can't even appeal to the sheriff. You have to, it's the health officer that now controls you. It's the CDC, it's OSHA, it's the NIH, it's the FDA, it's the SEC, it's all these agencies now have the power. In many ways, it doesn't matter who's the president. Biden's a puppet. He's being told what to do. They're spending all this money. And where's it going? They're just keeping the military-industrial what?
Complex.
Complex.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
tough
you.
word for you.
I know, complex going. They keep all their jobs. Well, I know it's Christmas time, so love the one you're with, but know that cell phone that you have is now tracking you. It's a surveillance tool. And the AI is not, but it is a psychopath. And we better be aware of that which we create. It's like Frankenstein. It's the monster. Bible says it's the beast. You can come against the beast. This was a really cheery podcast.
You notice how many wars we haven't won lately? We just put out enough just to keep it going, Ukraine is an example of that. Just enough to keep it going so they can support the industrial military complex. That's what that's all about. We don't win wars anymore. We don't want to. We manage wars. But it's true. It's where the money's going. For example, just in the local area, I don't know, probably across the country, we have people spending billions, our governor, billions of dollars on the homeless. billions. Well, I don't know how much it's spent. Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
it's been billions.
Okay,
It's
billions.
a racket.
It's a racket. But here's the thing: they're spending the money, but somebody's getting the money.
That's right.
Who's getting the money? Now the question is, are these people who are getting the money to solve the homeless problem want to solve the homeless
No.
problem? No, they don't want to
Who
solve
would
it.
want to solve a
Oh
problem?
my God, then I don't have a job anymore.
Exactly.
So-
it's the money train, buddy. Keep it going.
All
Keep
the way
that
through.
Money train
Keep
going.
them homeless people out there. Oh yeah, they're making us a lot of money. A lot of money.
The biggest scam is when the emperor of China came to San Francisco, and guess what happened?
Well, they cleaned up the streets for
Oh, how'd they do that? I thought it was impossible
Yeah.
to clean those streets. I thought those people had rights.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't just
shove them to one
Jamaica's,
side like
they
a big
have-
swept rope. Push over
Being
there.
homeless is not a crime.
No.
Oh, but it's a crime when the emperor of China comes and everybody bows, and all these major CEOs had a private audience and gave him a standing ovation. We love Emperor Qi. You know, this whole thing about colonizations makes me want to gag, because right now we're in bed with China, and guess who they're occupying? Who do they occupy right now? You probably even forgot who they occupy. They occupy a country.
What? Yeah.
What's it called?
Which one? What are you talking about?
China,
China.
You probably forgot.
Hong Kong.
No.
You tell me. You tell me. You're so damn smart. Tell me.
This
Tell them.
This monkey's going to tell you they occupy Tibet.
Oh well, yeah.
Everybody's
I mean, that's
forget-
old news. Yeah, yes, I forgot about it.
Of course, it's old news, because
That was last week.
They want you to forget that they're the colonizer. My son happened to sneak into Tibet, and he was going, man, there's Chinese army men everywhere, soldiers everywhere. Let's occupy Tibet. Do you think the left cares about that? No, we're in bed with occupiers.
The question-
the oppressors.
The question is, when was the last time any of you folks ever talked about Tibet? I know that we used to, but nobody does anymore.
That's because we do business with the Chi-Coms.
Business, yeah.
We do business with the Chi-Coms, and you got guys like Hunter Biden. They knew where the business was, and they give 10% to the big guy, and that whole thing probably might just dissipate. Why? A little secret, they all do it. The left and the right, the Republicans and the Democrats. It's business, and they could care less if Tibet is occupied, as long as I can get you that cheap cell phone, get you those nice sneakers, get you that cheap t-shirt and underwear, get it from China. It's all we care about. It's a sad state of affairs. But with those with eyes to see and ears to hear, know what's coming down, protect yourself. When some of these banks go, hey, we now got hacked, you better keep a little cash in reserve.
I've noticed all the banks are closing too.
Yeah, that Silicon Valley Bank, they closed. That was
Bank of America just shut down 2 banks in little tiny Auburn. Tiny Auburn, both 2 banks. We got 1 left, maybe.
I don't even think they have much banking in even Australia now. They're going totally digital. But their founding fathers were all incarcerated. They're all jailbirds. So they understand authoritarian rule, and they kind of submit to the powers that be. Anyway, that's all I got.
You don't have anything else?
I don't want to have anything else.
Are we done talking now?
We're done talking.
How long did we go?
I don't know.
I gotta put some decorations up in Newcastle, so I gotta go.
Bye.